Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing the Xiaomi AMAZFIT Bip. This is from Gearbest.com. Those guys sent me this, and I've had it for about a week now, and one of the things I want you to notice right away is I've had this for a week, and it is sitting at 87% battery. That's insane to me, because I've owned every generation of smartwatch from every brand. That's been like a collector's thing for me. I'm always wheeling and dealing in those and owning about 3 at a time, but I go through them like crazy. So I'm very familiar with battery life, and at best on the new ones you're looking at 3 days. Something other than like a Pebble smartwatch, but you would, feel like you would get more than that because just basically the interface and how it's set up and what it uses on the display. But something like this to grab 45 days is what they say you can get up to. That's pretty crazy. And for me to be 5 days in or whatever it is, and I'm at 87%, it's looking pretty good. But this is the packaging that you do get, just a plain white box. It's well packaged in there. You do get a charging cradle, which has a cutout for this watch face to go down into, and charges via these little prongs here, and then there's your heart rate monitor. But let's get into the application itself, and then we'll bounce back over to the watch. All right, now what you're going to want to do is download Mi Fit. It is in the Play Store. There's no crazy stuff because this is an international product, and it comes like completely Chinese out. So just know that this is on the American Play Store marketplace, and you can download it there. And once you download it, it'll ask you to set up an account. You set up the account, and you can go to profile. You can add a device. Now, your watch is going to have a phone to watch looking symbol on it, but and this will be trying to connect. I had issues here, and what you may have happen is that you have to cut off your phone and then go right into this app, and then it will accept it and find it that way. After trying for quite a while to do that, I had to cut my phone off, toggle Bluetooth on and off and all that stuff, and it finally found it and went through a ginormous series of updates for the watch to completely turn this over into English. Okay, because that's what it's doing. It's basically doing a region change because you're getting the Chinese version on the international purchase. So that's what that's doing. And I think it went through like 3 separate updates, and then it finally got it. But once it got it, it's fine after that. Like I could turn things off and on again. It'll just jump right back on if I'm switching watches and stuff, and recognize it up and go right away with no issues. But just know that took a little while. But then once it does that, you can go into the AMAZFIT Bip itself, and then here's where you can change your watch faces. They don't have that great of watch faces to pick from, so you're probably going to pick between a couple on here because the rest kind of look a tad bit cheesy. And another thing, just got an alert. But another thing that is also an issue is it's not 12-hour increments. So if you're used to noon, and then you go to 1 o'clock, and you're not familiar with military time, which is 1 through 24, this right now only does 1 through 24, and you can get around that by just using the face like a watch dial there, and you can use that and be fine. But if you're using any of these other digital readouts, it will go 12, 13, you see here at this sample face watch 2018 time frame. But this is all you have. Now my favorite was the default one. I liked it, but I don't read military time. And then you've got this nice one up here, which actually has the footsteps, heart rate, calories burned, and all that on it. And you can get that through that watch face here, that one there, and you just tap sync watch face and it'll pop right up on it. But I like the old classic, just this standard watch face here. It just has your progression, like where you're at on completing your steps per day across the top, and then you get the day and date. So that's what I ended up with. Screen unlock, I have that off. Incoming calls, it reminds me in 3 seconds of my phone going off and ringing, just in case I guess if I have my phone on me, I can grab it before it affects my watch, which may help you stretch out battery life. Watch alarm is off. I don't have anything for waking up, I guess, or an alarm you can set specific for your watch. App alerts. And we're going in, there we go. And this is where you will manage apps, and you'll click that and you'll add what apps that you want to receive notifications for on your watch. Idle alert is off for me. Hang on just a second. Goal notifications are on when I reach a goal, steps goal or something like that. SMS incoming is on, so my text alerts will come through. You can find watch. It does that. I guess you could hear that if you wanted to. I have supersonic hearing, but you can make it discoverable on band location. It would be on the left arm for me. It could be on the right for you, and it would change its orientation based on that. Left wrist to view info, or lift wrist to view info, I turn that off just for battery saving purposes. That's one of the big things that you have to change on the other smartwatches, or you'll drain the crap out of your battery by accident. Heart rate sleep assist is on so that you can see a graph of everything put together while you're asleep. Watch display settings. We'll go into there, and these are the options when you flip through the screens on the watch, and you can, if you don't use one of these like a compass or something, you could turn that off if you wanted to, but that stuff's there. And then your weather settings, that's another issue on this one, which I read online on a forum that they have not addressed yet. And it's in Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So I don't read that way. So the weather kind of doesn't work for me. So I chose a Phase 2 that doesn't have the weather on it. And that's kind of it. You can set your goals here, your weight loss goal, some friends, ad accounts, blah, 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 blah. You got it. It's just simple stuff. Here's your settings. You would think the units would be there, but you can change it over to imperial, which is feet and miles. And then you could go to pounds. They allow you to change that. Why there's no section here for Celsius or Fahrenheit, I don't know, but I guess that could come in an update. So this just recently, apparently, a few months ago, they've kind of transitioned this app over to accepting this AMAZFIT Bip in the US. So they're working on it. My faith is that by the time you watch this, it should probably be available, I hope. And you can check for updates here. Current version is up to date. And there you go. We'll go to activities, and this is where you can start your workout routine. And as you can see, I don't work out. That was just me testing one of the functions out, and I'm sure that works like normal. See, I'm far beyond fitness, and I don't even have I'm such a physique masterpiece as is that I don't even have to apply fitness to my body. All right, so we'll go home, and then here's a heart rate. 67 beats per minute. It appears to track correctly, and it will do that. And I will get to that here shortly, because I couldn't get that to work for the life of me. And I allowed it to work through sleep and stuff like that. And I guess somewhere or another, it started working correctly. So if you have issues, maybe toggle things on and off. I don't know, but it finally worked itself out. You can swipe down like this, and it'll sync your data for you there with your phone to the watch, and this gives you all your information there. I did have to wipe everything off. I tried wiping everything off, uninstalling and reinstalling the app, and after I did that, the heart rate did work. So maybe that was a thing in itself. But this is kind of what you're left with here, and you can click on this guy here and last night's sleep breakdown. It says I slept 9 hours and 14 minutes. I powered that one out. That's kind of an oddity for me, so I'm excited about that. Light sleep is 89%, and I only slept an hour. Of deep sleep was 11%, and awake time was an hour. So basically, I sat in bed for an hour after I woke up, and that is that's actually accurate. How it knows I did that. I fell asleep too late. Break down that. Deep sleep time is short. Yeah, so it does a good job at breaking stuff down for you. Compared with similar users, you fell asleep earlier than 6% of people. So it kind of puts you in a category there and let you know, and you can look and view your history. So I do like the sleep information. For me, this was an oddity. Normally I get 5 or 6 hours of sleep and it slaps my hand. It kind of ranks second to the Samsung Health app. Samsung's got it kind of nailed down, but this one's pretty good. I was surprised for the price of the watch, like how well the system works with exercise and stuff like that. So it does a good job for the price, for sure, without a doubt. It probably comes in second or third behind Samsung, which is not a shame at all. They've just had a lot of experience in dealing with it. They've been doing it for a long time, so their app's kind of really well-rounded. So this is it for the AMAZFIT app right there. So that's what it looks like. So moving on to the watch. I don't see there. That's what it looks like when it's off all the time. So it has an always on screen, which looks good. Like it gets almost more reflective in light. So you'll always be able to see it, period. Now at night in complete darkness, you'll just have to bump that to actually turn the screen on. But when the screen's off and the always on is on, you can see that in any amount of light, period. There's no light. See, that reflects off my studio light right there. Boom! And all of a sudden it goes away. You can't really see it. Reflects off studio light. I like that. That's a good thing. So let's go through. You can swipe over to notification. You can swipe over to the right, and there's your status, activity, and it's really snappy. Snap, 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 which is plus. And I bumped the weather. But weather, alarm, timer, compass, settings, and that's all you get. So let's go back in order here, and you can change the orientation of how these roll out on your watch on the app too. So you can go status, see there's no beats per minute, but you see it going. That's how you activate. If you want to see your heart rate right now, you just bump over to status and it'll start digging and doing that. I didn't know that, and I was like, why isn't it reading my heart rate? You know, how do I do that? Well, you just go to status, push that, and it's trying to find your heart rate right there. So good touch. And there's your information for that. You can swipe this way to bring it back to the back screen like that, or you can push the button, it'll do the same. So go over to activity, and this is where you can click what you're about to do and then see your activity history and do some activity settings, which is auto pause, heart rate alerts, stuff like that. And there we're going back. And in this instance, see how you can go left or right. You can't swipe back to go completely back. You just push the button. Weather, this is the problem that this doesn't matter to me because it's Celsius, Fahrenheit issue. But there you can see the breakdown of what your weather, your forecast, your 5-day forecast would actually be. So I'm hoping they would change that out. If they change that out, I would really be in love with this watch. And outside of special occasions, the way that I don't have to charge this every 3 days after dumbing down a watch, smartwatch, to get 3 days. You're going to get 2 days. 45 days? A month and a half? Yeah, I would wear this one if they would fix the Celsius all the time, which I'll probably wear this one all the time from now on anyway, until something else comes along because it's that nice. Alarm, you set your alarms there, blah, blah, blah. You can turn them on and off. Which I do like the separate alarm system for a watch, because say you got a baby and say you don't want to wake it up, just use your watch. Yeah, that's nice. Timer, there you go, your countdown, start smartwatch or start stopwatch. I can speak one of these days. And your compass, you'll calibrate that at first. And yes, it appears to be pulling north, coming out correctly. That does seem to be correct. And you'll do a figure 8 pattern with the watch like this to calibrate its compass. So there you go. And there's nothing else to do there. And your settings, set the watch face. You can do that from your phone, long press button. That's what you want long press to do. Right now I have it set to power off through long press, but you can set it to go into one of the exercise routines or whatever you want. You just click it. See, mine's turn off, but you can select whatever you want for long press to be. Adjust the brightness of the screen there, which this is running half brightness right now, which is plenty for me. And because it is visible in all sunlight, no matter how bright you get, you can see it. And about, you see that, and then turn off, which you can turn the watch off from there. So yeah, that is it. Super simple, super snappy, nothing confusing, because I promise I've had enough smartwatches now to know. And let's check this heartbeat sensor and make sure that it's working correctly. And I do like the feel of this. Like it doesn't feel terribly cheap. The band feels super comfortable. It's made out of some kind of really soft silicone. So there's nothing, I haven't had any kind of allergic issues or any kind of problems at all. And from here too, just so you know, you'll swipe up to scroll through your notifications to see those and to clear those out. So let's see if we can go shoot over and see status. It should be measuring my heart. You see it pounding there. It should be measuring my beats per minute. Boom, 67. Got him. So there we go, it does. Its heart rate sensor does work. So overall, I actually like this. So yes, I would highly recommend this watch, especially for like the price. What is it, hovering like around 60 bucks or a little over $60 or something like that? That's good. That's like half the price of other watches that you get a 3-day battery life on. And a refurbished Google Fit 2 or Gear Fit 2, whatever it is, I think will run you like 120 or something like that. And you can just grab this guy and really get your necessities down. And that's the point. Like after you own a smartwatch for a while, what you're left with are the bare necessities to extend your battery life and to just give you the information that you need and none of the bullcrap that you don't want. And you end up stripping off stuff. You end up taking off app notifications because they get on your nerves. And then you'll dial down the screen, the backlight on them to just straight up black and white text on the other smartwatches so that you will get longer battery life. So this one actually will give you some color and look decent, and you still can stretch out and get over a month of battery life off a single charge. That's insane. So make sure to check down in the description and see the most recent price. There should be a coupon code down there that Gearbest gave me to give just to you guys to get this at a cheap price. And yeah, make sure to use my link to do that. And thanks for watching. Make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that dong so that you get notified on the next tech item that I review. And thanks for watching. We'll see ya.